Hey, what's going on? My name is Ryan Morgan. I'm the founder of the Acquisition Network, and I'm shooting this quick video because I was talking to an investor last week, and he just seemed so nervous with investing $250,000 in the company, and he was like, "I gotta come meet you. I gotta do all this. I gotta see who I'm dealing with." And I'm like, "Look, if you want to come meet me, you can. That's perfectly fine. But I just also just want to shoot this video for all the other investors and clients that are afraid to put money in my company." And so the title of the video is, "How Can I Trust Your Company?" There's no way that if you actually review the content that I've accumulated that you can see that I'm a fraudulent business. The only thing you can say is "Hey Ryan, this is a good plan, but I just don't think you're gonna succeed. Everything you put together is gonna fail, and that's why I'm not gonna invest." I'll accept that. If you actually honestly believe that, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna outperform your expectations. But to anyone that thinks that I put all of this work together just to take your money and not deliver a real product, this is why I made this presentation. I'm like, look, if you want to actually review the assets that have been accumulated, you'll see that it's way easier to make a scam than to put what I've put together, because I have a legitimate software company that's taken a decade of my life to set up. So I'm going to go over these assets, and I'm happy to review and go break down all of these assets with you in greater detail. So number one is, how can you trust my company? Number one is review my board of advisors. So I made another video earlier saying how can you justify a 10 million valuation. So in that video, I break down how I have 12 board of advisors that I invested $800,000 to bring together. 5 of them have a 8-figure track record as an executive, and 7 of them have a 9-figure track record. And we have contracts with all of them to work with us to help develop the product and take it to the next level. So if you don't trust me, you should take a look at the backgrounds of these people. And if you got on the phone with any of them, they would all tell you, we trust Ryan because he's really good at what he does, and he has a really good product that's going to innovate and help us make more money and help you make more money. Okay, so if you don't trust me, check out my board of advisors, and it should bring a little bit more trust and credibility to what it is that I'm developing. Next is the Fundraising Matrix. So if you don't trust me, you should take a look at the Matrix. So I've got over 2,500 recordings of me building out the entire network from scratch over the last 2 years. I've uploaded anywhere from 3 to 4 recordings almost every day. And so it just shows me making presentations, developing the product, making calls, talking to customers, collecting feedback, scheduling meetings. And it's so much work that you literally can't fake it. And so if you just scroll through the Fundraising Matrix and just review the headlines, and you clicked on a couple of the videos, you'll see that they're all real meetings that are 10, 20, 30 minutes long. Some of them are hours long, and there's thousands of them. So it's not just disorganized clutter. It's literally a systematic path and journey to get to where I want to go. And so I've literally used this as an open window to all my clients and investors to show, this is what I'm doing at all times. I'm not running off with your money. I'm using your money to run ads, to bring people together, to develop this product so I can put it in the App Store, get it in front of millions of people, collect qualified deals, put them in front of private equity, buy businesses, and create $1 billion organization. So if you don't trust me, definitely check out the Fundraising Matrix, where you get to see the transparent feed of over 2,500 recordings of me building out the entire thing from scratch. Next is weekly meetings. So I've had weekly meetings every Wednesday, and now I also have meetings on Monday. And I've been doing this for over a year. They also have all been recorded. So on these weekly meetings, I invite potential clients and investors to meet my team and other clients that have already invested in the company. And so on those weekly meetings, I transparently report to my network on the progress of the app, on our campaigns, on the different relationships that we're working on. And we use it as accountability to show, this is what I get done in a week and why you want to invest your money in my company, because I can get more done in a week, in a month, in 3 months than you could do in your lifetime, based upon my track record of investing in the marketing, my relationships, and my team. So like I said, these weekly meetings, you'll see every single meeting I drop a tremendous amount of value, and you'll hear every week my clients giving that aha, this is why I invested in the company, because I can't do this on myself. And it's really funny, some of the people that once were our biggest I'm trying to think of the word, the people that were our biggest skeptics, before they invested, and then they invested and they came to the meeting, and they were like, wow, I can't believe I caused so much friction in the sales process. Like, it's so obvious what it is that you're doing. At this point, you're just like purchasing relationships, and you're putting me in position to have access to all of them. And so the cool thing is we don't charge for the meetings up front. Like, if you're an investor, we can see that you're real. You can come to the meeting, you can see what it's all about. Soon we actually will be, it will be a subscription plan to like access these meetings, but for now you can come to these meetings, got them all recorded. If you watch 2 of them, if you watch 3 of them, you will see every single week there's something that we're working on. We're moving towards the zenith of completing the product, putting it in front of millions of dollars, creating the social media for doing business. So if you want to trust my company more, I highly recommend you come to a couple of the meetings, and you'll see that I'm presenting really valuable information to my team, but you're also going to see the other people that are already invested into the company. You can actually like Zoom message them directly, and you can be like, hey, is this real? Like, how do I trust this company? And they'll like happily like either stay on after the meeting and tell you why they invested, or you can schedule a call. They're more than welcome to tell you why they did that. And you can also just download the app. So I should probably put weekly meetings and just say app with references, right? So like literally, if I was, I don't know if I explained that right. If I was like trying to scam clients and like run off with their money, I wouldn't put all my clients in direct access to one another and then bring them together on a weekly basis and record all the meetings. Okay, so that's why you should trust my company. Next is the fundraising deck, and then the video newsletter. So like, I would recommend just going through the deck that explains the product that I'm developing, and you'll see like that whatever it is that I'm charging you, if it's the 25 or the 50K, you'll see that the money that I'm charging you is not enough for me to complete the product, and there's much more upside for me completing the product rather than taking your 50K and running off with it. We're actively raising $1 million for the product, but we're ultimately raising $100 million, so we have the capacity to complete all the transactions on our own. And so by having a deeper understanding of how and why we're raising $100 million, it should give you a little bit less fear with investing 50K, because you'll see that there's a clear growth plan. And that's why all the other clients that invested previously, they'll tell you, like, we bet on Ryan's ability to raise more capital. We've seen his track record and history. We see that he literally records everything, and he's very successful with marketing. And he has a track record of bringing in high quality people to the table and then educating them on his product and why they should invest, and then they invest. And that's why we invested early, because we could see that this is an opportunity that's going to change the world, and you should get it now. So check out the deck. It explains to you the entire plan on why we're raising the money and what we're going to do with it and why it's a massive opportunity, and it's way bigger than the money that I'm asking you for. Next is the use of funds. So this is something you'll have to definitely sign an NDA for this, but I have a spreadsheet where it goes and breaks down all of the different spending that I've done and all the spending that I'm going to do to develop the product. So I show exactly how I spent $2 million. I have an itemized list of all the things I've spent my money on, and then I have an itemized list of the next 1.5 million that we need to spend to complete the product and to put it into mass production, so that we have the deal sourcing AI, we have the mobile app, we have the social network out where we can actually accept millions of users and generate many, many more transactions. So the use of funds is completely transparently open and broken down on exactly where all the money has gone, where the money's gonna go. It is broken down into 3 phases. And so like phase 1, that gets it to like where we're like where the deal AI is moving, and we have a rudimentary version of the app. Phase 2 gets it to where we're a social network online, and then phase 3 is like when we're really going to be able to put in the bells and whistles of technology, get it to where we're scaling. We have a really big staff and office where we're growing the company and driving revenue for all of our clients. So if you want to trust my company, you should probably see exactly where I've spent all the money and where I'm going to spend the money, and you'll see that like the money that I'm asking you for is a very small piece to what it is that I'm looking to accomplish. I also give access to our AR report, so you can actually see the customer list, see the people that paid before, the date that they paid, how much they paid, and then you can see the pending contract orders, and you'll see like when we stop arguing with you, or not arguing, when we stop having this sales process and talking to you about why you invest, then I can use the contracted revenue that's pending and put it into the use of funds, because we know exactly where we're gonna put the money. Okay, so like I said, these are things that you'll have to sign an NDA for, but I'm happy to give away my use of fund, where we're spending the money, and then you can see how we collected the money, the date we collected it, and then how it's going into completing the product. Next is the business plan. So I have it all in writing on exactly the plan, the business model, how it all works, where we're developing the company, like who's working for the company, the standard operating procedures. It's like, I've done the plan like multiple times over. It's like whatever, 20, 30 pages long. If you want to read it over, you're more than welcome to do so, but you will obviously have to sign an NDA. And you'll see if you actually read that plan, you can make the decision. You can be like, hey, this is not a good plan. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think all these recorded meetings and your board of advisors, your 12 people that have been a part of 8, 9-figure business models is gonna work out. I think you're just generating revenue and you're gonna lose it and you're gonna fail. If that's the case, I'm gonna prove you wrong. But like I said, the business plan is readily available. And then the final thing is the patent. That's the thing that you guys really don't get, is before I even started selling the app, I did research on over 33 companies and I wrote a patent. I literally, like, the patent is literally done, and I haven't filed it because the product's not done yet. And so the patent itself is 12 pages long. It goes into complete detail on what the final version of the product is that I want to complete. And I also have like over 140 figures in terms of like pictures and diagrams on exactly what the product is going to be. And it's not done yet. And so I wrote this patent in December of last year. And like I said, if you reviewed the patent, you would see that I have a unique product where I have no competitors, and when the product is done, I'm going to be able to generate substantial revenue and change the course of human history. And so when you, like I said, and this patent, literally nobody has read it, like not even my own team. I haven't given access to anyone this patent because I didn't want someone to like file it and like say it was their idea. So I'm definitely going to make you sign something really strong and significant if you want to review the patent. But if you review this content, you will see that I'm an entrepreneur. And if you reviewed all this content and you don't see I'm a real entrepreneur, you're not a real investor, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, so these are all reasons why you should trust my company. I'm just going to summarize. Right, board of advisors. Right, there's 12 of them with an 8, 9-figure track record. I've got over 2,500 recordings of me documenting my entire process of building out the network. I've got weekly meetings that I record for over a year, and an app that you can download so you can talk to my clients that already invested with me. I've got obviously the fundraising deck that explains exactly what it is, the opportunity, like we're developing, why we're raising the money for the product, with a video newsletter breaking down each individual slide. I have the use of funds so you can see exactly how I've spent my money, how we're going to spend the money across 3 phases, how we're going to spend the next 1.5 million. I have the AR report where you can see an actual like real-time spreadsheet of the customers that have purchased our services, the date that they paid, the amount that they paid, and then who's on the way to pay. I have a written business plan where I go through what the opportunity is, how we're handling our marketing, but also I have standard operating procedures. So like literally if I died, someone would be able to replace me and finish the product. Like the plan is done. And then finally the patent, where, like I said, it's a 12-page document outlining how we're going to develop the social media doing business. And there's over 140 diagrams, like actual images saying like this. These are all the different features that I want in the product, and this is what I want to complete. And so in summary, this is why you should trust my company. I am a real entrepreneur. I'm going to create one of the largest companies in human history. And if you can't see that, like I said, you're not a real investor, and you're wasting my most valuable asset, which is my time. My time is worth more than your money. And if you didn't believe that, you wouldn't invest with me. Okay? And so if you ask any of my clients who invested with me, they'll tell you that money that was in their bank account, they gave it to me because they could see that I'm going to create a billion-dollar company in 3 to 5 years, and they could spend multiple lifetimes trying to attempt it, and they'll never accomplish what I'm going to accomplish. And so this is why you should trust my company. I'm an open book. I have literally nothing to hide, and all the information is available. If you're a real investor, you will see that I'm a real entrepreneur, and we should move forward. Let's get a deal done. Let's change the world, and I'll see you on the next one. And so if you want more information on why you should invest in my company, I've got 2 presentations. I have one where you can hire us as a service, and it teaches you how you can buy a business without doing the work. So there's that presentation, and then I have another one entitled How to Create the Social Media for Doing Business, and that explains like the entire vision and why you should become a shareholder. Right now we're selling shares for $1 US dollar with a $10 million valuation. So I hope you got great value out of this presentation. have a deeper understanding of why you should trust my company, you should invest in my company, take advantage of the opportunity and all the information I have. Literally, you could spend weeks of your life reviewing all this content. Realistically, like if I was an investor and someone presented this to me and I had the money, I would be able to see within like an hour and a half that this is like beyond legitimate. And I would probably talk to like 2 or 3 clients and come to like 1 or 2 meetings and I'd cut the check. I'm obviously a lot different than everyone else, and I take action and I value time more than money. But hey, I mean, there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of people getting burnt, and I'm here to tell you that my name is Ryan Morgan. My name will never go away, and I'm gonna change the world. And if you invest in my company, I'm gonna make you a lot of money. I can't give, like the time on the hockey stick. I can't guarantee when that hockey stick is gonna happen, but I can guarantee it will happen. All you have to do is keep the team together, keep developing the product, keep helping people, and we will change the world. So I hope you saw great value out of this presentation on why you should trust the Acquisition Network. And if you're interested in learning more, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. All the best.